So what is self-motivation? Self-motivation is the ability to motivate oneself to take action and achieve goals without external pressure or rewards. It is an inner drive or determination that pushes an individual to commit to a particular objective, and even when the situation doesn't seem to be in favor, or there are obstacles, or there are high chances of failure, even that shouldn't let a person down. So that is what self-motivation is. Okay, so this is a brief overview what we are going to have discussed today. So basically, we are going to understand what self-motivation is, how to what to develop it, and most important, maintaining it. And then after identifying personal strength, setting meaningful goals, and staying focused to achieve those goals, and taking ownership, these factors will help you with self-motivation. So starting with the first one, understanding self-motivation. Basically, it's the personal drive to achieve something, ability to set and push your goals, pursue your goals, a positive attitude, resilience towards setbacks, discipline, a willingness to learn, ability to manage emotions, a sense of purpose, and ability to get inspiration from others. So basically, what will understanding motivation, basically it depends on the values that you have, your interests, your beliefs. That is something that is going to help you get yourself motivated. So it depends from individual to individual. It cannot be generic that something, if something motivates me, it is not compulsory that it will definitely motivate you. So developing self motivation. Okay. uh, So in this, what is like identifying your personal motive? So this, as I mentioned, it's going to be individual. Okay. So next you need to focus on your strength and passion. So practicing self-care and maintaining balance, visualizing your success. So you need to identify what your inspiration or your motivation is, and visualize using that as a motive, as a reference for success. Embrace challenge and failure and learn from those opportunities, as and surround yourself with positive people. So uh, these are the factors that are to be practiced daily, so that you find develop self motivation. So it is not that you will develop self motivation in a day. It's a journey that you need to start by these following points, and even other points that you could could help you develop self motivation. Next, and I feel this is the most important point, is maintaining self motivation. Is like few points over here. Remind yourself of your purpose. Break down larger tasks into small. Taking breaks whenever required. Finding inspiration from others rather than being jealous. Celebrating progress. Keeping a positive attitude. Staying organized. Avoiding distractions. Focused on solution instead of problem, and practice self-care. So let me give you an example to make you understand maintaining self-motivation. For example, you take a goal of fitness, maybe to lose weight or run a marathon. You work towards it, you achieve your goal, and then that's not the end of the journey. You need to maintain that, else the hard work that you have put in will go in vain. So if you have lost weight and reached a certain metric, you will, if you don't continue maintaining that, you will lose down. Suppose you put in efforts to run a marathon or something, and for 3 to 4 months you don't do anything at all, you will not able to be even anywhere close to that. So that is maintaining self motivation. Next is identifying personal strength. uh, so here, like you need to give honest assessment about yourself. Identify unique talents and skills in yourself. It's things that come naturally to you. Get feedback from others and improve on yourself. Use your strength to achieve goals. Seek opportunities to utilize strength and continuously develop and improve strength. So we can take an example here as well. Suppose you're a developer or a QA or a designer, and you have the ability, or one of your strengths is communication. So how can you utilize that to motivate yourself and others around? So suppose you're good at communication, you be able to go on a client call prior to estimation, understand the client's requirement, the client's pain point, ask relevant question to get in as much knowledge as possible, so that we can estimate and deliver to the to even more accurately to what the client had imagined or wants. So in this way you will be able to self motivate that the client wanted so and so. I am 99% or 95% close to delivering what the client wanted. So that is identifying personal strength for self motivation. Setting meaningful goals. Yeah. So here, like, we need to focus on specifics. Specific goal, have realistic targets. When I say realistic target, the target shouldn't be so difficult that it is impossible to achieve. Also, it shouldn't be so easy that very less efforts are put in and the goal is achieved. Okay, goal should be measurable and prioritized based on importance. It has to have a timeline, so that we shouldn't take as long as we want to complete the goal. Regular monitoring the progress to see where you stand at a given point of time. Celebrate when goals are achieved. Adjust goals if and when necessary, and keep goal visible as a constant motivation. So having goals, like if you don't have goals, and without not having goals is like running a race uh, without knowing the end point. So we have to set goals and pursue to achieve them. Next is staying focused on achieving goals. Okay, like the strategy is simple, like minimize multitasking, create structured schedule, eliminate or minimize distraction. Uh, like one of the culture session, there was a point mentioned that I have focus time for an individual in a day. So block that time slot on your calendar, so that no one can schedule meetings during that time, and keep that time for yourself for dedicated focus on to focus on a particular task. Learning from setbacks. Okay, many a times we come across these issues wherein a project is not delivered properly. Either it's not delivered on time, or we go over budget. So there are some tools that we can use to learn from those setbacks. So namely, RCA basically is root cause analysis, where the entire team that is involved in a particular project comes together and uh, have a healthy debate to identify what exactly was the root cause for the project failing or going over budget or getting delayed. And the next method is three-legged 5 why analysis. Okay, so in this, what happens, you ask a series of questions of whys and come to the conclusion of what the issue was. Like for example, let's take suppose the computer is not coming on. Why is it not coming on? Because there is no sufficient power to the input. Why is there no power to the input? Because the on button is either jammed or has debris around it. So now we got to know the root cause of the problem is something is wrong with the power button. And then after brainstorm and come to a solution for the uh, solution is will be basically either you clean the debris or fix the button if it is broken. So now once you do this analysis, and the learnings that we take have to be cascaded to everyone, so that if anyone else in the future comes across such a problem, we should try to avoid being in that situation by learning from our mistakes. Taking ownership of work, okay, is being accountable for quality and outcome. uh, this leads to increase in accountability initiative, and in turn fosters growth and personal and professional development. Okay, seeking out new challenges and opportunities for growth, communicating effectively to team members, and taking responsibility for one's mistake is an effective technique for taking ownership. uh, like for example, like we everyone knows who Usain Bolt is. Okay, he was already world's number one, and he worked hard and against himself to break the world record. He No one told him to like do better, because he was already number one. He had the record on him. He worked hard and he broke his previous record by 11 seconds for 100 meters. Okay, so the conclusion here is self motivation uh, and ownership are crucial for success. Okay, taking ownership leads to accountability, improvement in performance and growth. Self motivation helps overcome obstacles, help stay focused and improve skills. Cultivating self motivation and ownership leads to excellence and realizing potential. Uh, yes, and that's about it